First of all, it is so great to have you here. I hope you're staying safe out there, but most importantly, that you're staying fabulous at the same time. Anyways, today we have another great episode. We're making a classic dish from the beautiful province of Cádiz in the region of Andalucía. We're talking Spanish tuna in tomato sauce. This dish is known in Cádiz as Atun en Tomate. It's basically tuna that you cook in olive oil and serve it with a homemade tomato sauce. And let me tell you, it's got so many great flavors. It comes together in about 30 minutes and it's super easy to make. Once again, like I always tell you, this is what the Spanish kitchen is all about. Very simple ingredients, no special equipment, tricky cooking skills, and then you take that first bite and it packs some serious flavors. If this is your first time here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon to be notified when I release new content. To all my returning subscribers, welcome back. You know how much I love you. We're gonna begin by getting our ingredients ready. I'm gonna grab a couple fresh tomatoes and finely grate them. Now the tomatoes I'm using are tomatoes off the vine, but you can use whatever tomatoes you like. And also we're trying to get about 2 cups of grated tomato here, so between 4 to 5 medium-sized tomatoes will get the job done. For the next ingredient, I'm gonna grab half of a green bell pepper and roughly dice it. Moving on, I'm gonna grab half of an onion and finely dice it. And we're also gonna grab 2 cloves of garlic and finely mince them. For the final ingredient to prepare, we've got the star of the dish, some fresh tuna steaks. These are 200 grams each, which is 7 ounces each. I'm gonna pat them dry with some paper towels to remove any of the excess moisture from the tuna and season them with sea salt and black pepper on both sides. And we'll cut the fillets of tuna into large chunks that are about 1 inch by 1 inch. For the next step, let's start cooking our dish. I'm gonna grab a large fry pan, heat it with a medium heat, and add in a generous 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Now the olive oil I'm using to make this recipe is from Apollo. This is their Miller's favorite organic extra virgin olive oil. It has such an incredible depth of flavors and it works perfect in this dish. You'll find a link where you can get it in the description box below. After heating the olive oil for about 2 minutes on a medium heat, I'm gonna add in the pieces of tuna into the pan. And you want to get in there about every 15 seconds and move the pieces of tuna. That way they're evenly browned on all the sides, but you don't want to go any longer because if you overcook the tuna, it's going to get a tough texture to it. About 2 minutes after adding the pieces of tuna into the pan and all the sides have been browned, I'm going to start removing them from the pan. Once again, you don't want to overcook the tuna, otherwise it's going to get a tough texture to it. And we'll set the tuna aside. Now using the same pan with the same heat, I'm going to add in the roughly diced green bell pepper, the finely diced onion, and the finely minced garlic. And start mixing these ingredients around with that olive oil. Very important to mix this continuously, that way the garlic don't burn and all the ingredients evenly cook. About 5 minutes after adding the vegetables into the pan and they've developed a light golden fried color, I'm going to lower the fire from a medium heat to a low medium heat. Add in our 2 cups of grated tomato and season everything with sea salt, freshly cracked black pepper, and a pinch of white sugar to cut the acid from the tomatoes. And we'll give this a quick mix, that way all the ingredients are evenly mixed together. and we're gonna simmer this for about 10 minutes on a low-medium heat. This is enough time for all these flavors to come together and for that grated tomato to really thicken up. After about 10 minutes, and you can see that grated tomato has really thickened up and this sauce has fully came together, I'm gonna grab the pieces of tuna and add them back into the pan. And get in there and gently move the pieces of tuna around, that way they're coated in that tomato sauce. About 2 minutes after adding the pieces of tuna into the pan, those pieces of tuna should be fully heated through and the dish is ready to go. Once again, you don't want to overcook the tuna. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat. And we'll sprinkle it with some freshly chopped parsley. Our Spanish tuna in tomato sauce is done. Atun en tomate, a classic dish from the beautiful province of Cádiz. Let's give this a try and see how it tastes. This is truly a dish I cannot wait to try. Here we go. I grabbed a big chunk of tuna. Bravo, it is so good. That tuna is perfectly cooked. That tomato sauce, we use fresh tomatoes, so it's got an incredible sweetness to it. It's one of the best tuna dishes from Spain, and if you're a tuna person like me, one of the best things ever. A classic from the beautiful province of Cádiz. Now you know how to make it at home. Really quick before I go, a shout out to one of my patrons, Clarence Bolin. Once again, Clarence, thank you so much for being a patron of Spain on Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon, consider becoming one. Helps with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.